tell us a little bit about your home first.
Yes, I'm the manager of Chegworth Nursing Home. Chegworth is a family home for 43 residents, very complex needed, end of life palliative and pressure sore management is our main strength and speciality. So we've been practiced with the Dr. Chegworth practice is our main GP for last since I've been there. It's been there for a long time. And Dr. Hudson was the previous GP. Now it's taken over by Dr. Wong. That's our. Since Vanguard has been started, as I said it before, it is a positive attitude and approach towards the feeling of being involved in the community. Especially as a manager, you are the least supported person when there is a crisis. So fingers only pointed to you, why that is not been done and why this has been done. So for me, I think there is somebody there to talk to when the things have been done differently or things have been stressed out. So that is one main thing for me to say out, yes, this is positive. Another thing is about the, if the residents live in the community in their own home, there are so many services they can approach. But when they're coming to nursing home, that is a different category. Oh, they are in the nursing home, you don't need that. 3 years back, I have referred one of my residents who has been contractured badly. It was all been contractured, but I wanted to have a different opinion or suggestions from the occupational therapist from the community. Even though I do have our own physiotherapist, but a different opinion I needed to have it. I referred my resident to the particular OT. Then they turn around and say that this is a nursing home, we are not going to come to you. Then I stopped the referral there when I thought that would be the practice. Then when in the Vanguard meeting, I pointed out what is the difficulties when Caroline was asking, and I said, look, multi-referral is not working for all the multi-agencies that's supposed to have it. Then Caroline said, no, that should be. Then I referred that resident again, this time. They given me the same answer. Then I said, hang on a minute, what is the difference between their home or in the nursing home? Nursing, social service is paying both sides for the care there or care here. So why can't I have it? Then they said, okay, why do you need the support? But this is my problem, so I need the support of these areas. Okay, let's think about it and we'll come back to you. 6 weeks later, I got a letter saying that, yes, we will come to you, but she is on the waiting list and it is 12 weeks on the waiting list.
Sure.
Yeah. But instead of saying no, at least they put me on the 12 weeks waiting list. So that fighting attitude, actually I was not aware that I could still attain this service from this occupational therapist. Because they're discriminating care home to their own home. Another thing is support from the Chegworth surgery. It's massive things. Without a good GP practice, a care home like us, multi-complex needed, can phone any time, if when we need it as an emergency. And it is an asset to have it. I was having a fear when we read about the GPs are opting out for the care home visits. That is a main fear. Main fear whether they are going to be in the massive amount if they are going to be out for the to come to the care homes. We cannot function with a good practice. I think the success of the care home, for my opinion, is a good communication, understanding with a good surgery. Then they know us very well, and we know them very well how they wanted us to work, and I think that joined together make a lot of difference. I think the homes which are not running very well, maybe part of the reason is the GP surgery, which is not working closely together with the manager. Even they given us a direct telephone number after 6:30 every day. The telephone system are off from there. But we got a direct access line to their surgery. Then we can, even after 6:30, if they need anything that we needed to be communicated to the surgery, we can directly call them. I think that is I never heard about it, that service can access to the nursing homes. It's a very very prestigious. Dr. Hudson given us.
No, I didn't give it
Dr. Hudson given to us. Dr. Hudson given to us before. So that's another thing. And High's input, that was very, very positive. We never had such in-depth input from a pharmacist, because I always think that if I got good things in the home, but when I came, there's a different eye. It's a third eye to look into things in differently. At least 20 medication is been stopped. More than 10 medication is been varied. So economically, when you're thinking about a particular nursing home, and for a month that has been stopped. If they're going for a year for all other care homes in a certain, that's we're talking about thousands and thousands of pounds, saving money for the practice and for all NHS. She's doing a good job.
Can I just say, it's not about saving money.
Yeah, that's right. Saving money as well as administration time, administration to giving the medication. Sometimes the medication patient residents won't take the medications, and then we have to approach again and again. It's all areas. It is. And another thing, regulations. 10 years back, one of the CQC inspector told me, you cannot write on the MAR charts. If you do have an emergency medication, you cannot write on the MAR charts. You have to have, then I asked, what shall I do? And you have to have the labels. So since then 10 years, I was using the labels being printed out from the pharmacy, put it on the MAR chart where it's an emergency or in between the cycle, then when the medication starts, so they will always give us a label. So we always put it on the label on the MAR chart. Then she asked me, 5 years later, because the records have to keep at least 9 to 12 years, so 5 years later, somebody's taken that label off, what will happen? So that is a regulation she was talking about, but then I was following the CQC instruction. So things like that, and when required medication, only give when necessary. So we have got a lot of guidance in the terms of the reality, regulation by law, what it should be, and amazing what High is being suggested. Like every home is following a different medication policy. Because one home I follow the Registered Nursing Home Association policy, which has been nationally using by the Nursing Homes Association. So then we do amend our own, add our own things. But then again, that is not incorporated with the NICE guidelines. So then we requested whether we could have a common policy that can widely used in certain, that is going to be in place, which would be a prestigious thing for certain. Because other boroughs, they may be using the...
I'm sorry, your network should be back on again now.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
I'm not using it.
My Siri won't work again. Yeah. So that's another thing. If it was not the vanguard, that question or that suggestion won't come up. So we'll go through the different policies. May not be adequate, may not be complete. When some homes, when only CQC inspectors come as a group with the pharmacy as a pharmacy inspection as well as come up, then there are some things they will pick up. Then some homes, they may not be, including myself, but some homes may not know about the things that they may be asking. So it is a valuable thing that Vanguard is part of the Vanguard. It has been doing. And Red Bag, as another good thing that Vanguard has put up. We used to send when any unplanned admissions, all the medication will be sent with the resident. That goes in a carrier bag with all other goodies they needed to have to stay in the hospital. Howard Hospital, they will hand it over to the A&E. Normally they escort, the care assistant escort with the resident to hand it over to the A&E. They may put that in the A&E, in the cupboard or wherever. It may not reach in the ward when the patient goes down there. So it never comes back. It will stay there. Only the residents and chronic, stable residents, only 1 or 2 medication will be changed in the hospital. Sometimes they may not change it at all. But this medication 90% medication cases, this medication never comes back. If this medication is been started as a new cycle, we have to get a new prescription from the GP. They may send 1 week medication, but the rest of the weeks until the next cycle, we have to get the prescription. Then phone calls. We'll always get phone calls, 4 or 5 phone calls minimum. Hospital, how is it? What are the medication? What are the things? Can patient eat? Can patient sit down? What is mobility? All sorts of questions. From the pharmacy, junior doctor, occupational therapist, dietitian, ward manager, whatever. We don't mind sharing the information. But the thing is, a phone call can take a long time. Then we are repeating. A day I received 5 phone calls, repeating the same information to these 5 people. At the 5th time, I said, look, this is the 5th time in a day I'm giving this information. Aren't anybody writing down anything at all? Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that you have spoken to the so-and-so. So what happened, my first admission since the red bag started, all the information we sent with all the things that's supposed to go, including the medication. After the 7th day of the admission, red bag came. First thing we checked, everything is in. Every single thing was in. Came back. So hats off to that.
Phone calls. And you didn't have any phone calls.
Only 1 phone call.
Oh, that's
We didn't mind only 1 phone call. So, then patient liaison officer rang and asked, that's the first thing they asked the first day of the admission, are you part of the red bag? We said, yes, have you seen the red bag? No, I haven't seen the red bag. I'm going to the ward, but I just wanted to see whether you are in the part of the piloting. Yes. So only 1 phone call, all the medication, including all other goodies, came back. So that is it. Then, then another case study.
Oh, I'll take that. Well, I'm Steve Wong. I'm the GP that's been looking after Chegworth now for about 7 months. I overtook from Dr. Hudson, who's been there for donkeys. So when I inherited the home, it's actually quite a well-oiled kind of system anyway, like kind of all round. I did change it a little bit because I did want that kind of turnover to see the patients on a regular basis, so nothing's left out. And obviously time spent there, I kind of put away a bit of extra time to try and do that and try and implement some changes that I would like to see at the home at the start. And then Vanguard came around, and which was actually quite good because I thought, okay, let's see how we actually fare or actually how we do compared to everybody else. And luckily, well, from my point of view, I felt that Vanguard is great in the whole thing. I think the biggest thing I've actually seen is actually from nursing staff, how I've seen them kind of like gain that responsibility and actually confidence in dealing with their own things, but they're there all the time, and I'm only there, like you said, once a week, hopefully, and not more. Okay, but in the sense that, yeah, definitely, you know, sometimes I'm coming around and say, oh, she needs to be referred to dietitians or whatever, and she goes, oh, she's already been. I go, oh, okay. So, you know, things like that's already happening. So I do definitely see that improvement. From my doctor's point of view, and I don't mean to sound like I think I'm doing pretty much what I wanted to do, and I think it kind of falls in where Vanguard's kind of like piloted it for. So I'm not saying, oh, great, but I'm sure there's different changes I need to make still, but I think as a whole, I think we're doing pretty good. And like I said, I've been there and been a big help as well with medication reviews and so forth. So, you know, I think, you know, I really wanted Rebecca to do this because I wanted her to review how Vanguard's helping them, because I found it was really helpful for them.